Hello everyone, welcome. It is my sincere hope that you have with you A Parliament of Owls, a play by Adipo Sidang. This audiobook has been prepared by Mr. Minor S. Enjoy. Act 1. It is sunset. The sound of a flute, then the sound of owls hooting, followed by a sharp twittering of birds is heard. A cacophony of bird sounds grows against the hooting of owls. Silence. The flute can be heard again. It is foreboding. Silence. Birds begin to twitter again, louder this time. The flute keeps playing. The stage opens with Osogo perched on a stone. He is engrossed in his flute. It is a melancholic tune. He is disturbed and turns to find Redstring moving stealthily. Awkward silence. Redstring wears hollow eyeglasses made from millet stalk. His stomach is protruded.
Osogo, looking unhappy.
You come with your noise, I leave with my peace.
Hoo ha ha ha, I scared you. Come on, didn't I?
It is not even dusk yet. You break the same rules your parliament makes?
Well, rules are there to be broken, aren't they?
Not listening.
What do you want?
It is not what you think, but please understand, we did not mean to do it.
Please leave, or I will fly away.
Moving closer.
Come on, we were targeting the cunning bird, not you. It is really unfortunate it happened.
The cunning bird, or whatever you call her, is still a bird, a member of this kingdom, and has freedoms and right to life.
Shrugging.
Freedoms have limits, rights come with responsibilities.
Since when did it become irresponsible to speak the truth?
You see, Osogo cannot fly beyond a certain height. Do you know why? He is naturally limited. Falcon goes as high as he can, because he is created to hit high levels. That is why Falcon is our weatherman in this kingdom. He can touch the clouds and tell us when it shall rain. But you weavers cannot. Do you get my point?
Looking away.
A time is coming when all this will come to an end, and all birds will have a sane parliament.
Maybe many generations from now, maybe never. You know, even if it were to happen, power will still remain in the hands of the nightbirds or the omnivores. And because we, the owls, have the largest eyes, we will always be at the helm. Daybirds and grain eaters will never have a chance to run this kingdom.
Clearly angry.
Why?
Why? Of course you know why.
Wipes his face, then whispers.
Do you want our kingdom to be annihilated by rogue animals from Lion Kingdom? Snake, mongoose, hyena, all of them will have a field day here. We must protect the kingdom from you for the sake of protecting it from hyena, snake, mongoose, and all those god-forsaken animals out there.
Is it okay for the omnivores and nightbirds to continue killing and murdering grain eaters and daybirds for the sake of protecting the kingdom, and Parliament of Owls does nothing about it? All they do is pass bad laws that favor owls.
You missed the point. We are safer now. Imagine if we lived in the time of dinosaurs. Would we have survived?
Dinosaurs? They were herbivores!
See, you don't know. Some were carnivores. They would have wiped our eggs off our nests.
How tall were they?
Very tall, slightly above your nest.
Is that the latest propaganda you're peddling? That because of the owls our kingdom is safe, and that our neighbours are not a source of threat to our survival? These are the same neighbours you invite to night feasts at royal trees, where you feed on the flesh of fellow birds.
Okay, what about Python? Where does he live now? Didn't we push him out of the kingdom? Remember the rampant attacks by Python?
Python is a friend of your court. You use him to punish your enemies in this kingdom. You tie your enemies and throw them into Python's cave. You run the gallows and Python is the hangman. We know this.
That is a very serious accusation you are making, and sadly against the Honorable Parliament of Owls.
Honourable?
At a time.
I hope it is not what I am thinking.
How much do you want?
I told you I am not interested. I have to stand with other birds. They say you are hooting and looting, screaming and squawking, boasting and belching as we watch, hunger-stricken.
They say. That is the point. It does not mean we are doing what they say or they say what we are doing. Hoo-ha-ha, tell. Do you now insult our intelligence as owls?
Shouts.
Hooting and looting, screaming and squawking, boasting and belching, hooting and looting, screaming and squawking, boasting and belching, hooting and…
Hey, you little bird, stop!
Red string, birds cannot twitter quietly in the moonlight to their young ones anymore. We look after our nests in turns, or else our little ones or our eggs will be eaten by unknown attackers. Of course, you know the attackers. Our parliament keeps passing bad laws that favor them. There is a great deal of…
Cuts her short.
Can you hear that?
Who pays attention again?
Can you hear that clearly?
Yes, owls twittering, tweeting, hooting. What is your parliament up to now? What is the latest law? Are they making a trip to the stars anytime soon? You know, with our parliament, anything is possible.
We want to push forward supervision and roll call hours from 10 p.m. to 6 p.m. and let the exercises run until midnight. I know this is not good news. Technically means we have banned moonlight twittering. We have banned twittering with the crickets past 6 p.m., which the likes of Osgo do. We have banned flying from tree to tree in the night and any other unauthorized movement past 6 p.m. But of course the owls shall be immune to these new laws. We make and break them, above the law. The message to take out there is that our kingdom is under imminent attack, and the owls have found it prudent to take quick measures for the safety of all birds. Grain eaters and omnivores, day birds and night birds alike. You have done it before. You have a sweet tongue and a powerful beak. You cannot fail us, and you know why.
Oh dear Lord, tell me this is not true, Red String.
Wait a minute, a telltale. Now that the owls will spend longer hours supervising and taking the roll call, we expect that all birds shall contribute a daily moonlight tax to enable members of our great parliament to perform their duty of protecting the kingdom. It is a necessary allowance to compensate us. If you do not like the term tax, Just tell them to assume they are contributing a tithe to our gods, and that the tithe shall be delivered by Falcon next time he visits the skies.
Tithe? No way. Is Parliament a church or something?
Well, it could as well pass for a church. If anything, we have got Pastor Owl taking care of the spiritual interests of Royal Owl.
What imminent attack were you talking about?
Attacks from other kingdoms. You know we have enemies.
Is this not just a way of extorting money from us?
Of course not. You're reading too much into this.
Why now then? Why now when the new moon has just appeared?
Coincidence. Sister,
Are you trying to pass a message to any bird in particular? Do you feel insecure?
owls are born brave. That is why we rule.
Do the vultures eavesdrop as you hoot in unison during your sessions in the middle of the night?
What kind of question is that? Will you do the job or not?
Is this a plan to cage some birds after the Weaver massacre? Are you setting up any of us for arrest?
Excuse me.
Okay, Redstring. What is this law about then? Who is benefiting?
The Moonlight Bill shall benefit the whole kingdom.
Moonlight Bill?
Yes, that is what we call it. It will be passed tonight.
I see. So who sponsored the Moonlight Bill?
Of course, Moneybags, the bill has the blessings of Royal Owl.
Moneybags? This is just another scam. Scam after scam after scam after scam. Parliament of scams.
Now you will convince the birds that besides enhancing their safety, the tax will be partly used to feed sick and old birds. I know you are not as educated as I am, but I want to believe you have an idea of what the welfare state is about. That is what we want here.
I know about your lies. I cannot mislead daybirds or any other bird for that matter.
But you have the gift of the gab.
Yes, the gift of the gab, not the gift of deceit.
Grabs her by the hand.
You are now living on borrowed time. I'm just giving you a chance to live longer than you should.
Have you now resorted to threats?
Not really, Telltale.
Sarcastically.
You are one of our own. Why would we do that to you?
One of your own? Hoo ha ha! Sparrow, weaver, ostrich, guinea fowl, parrot, crested crane, and other birds have formed a coalition to save our kingdom. Of course, you know the leader of the coalition. The cause of all this is the arrogance and greed of Parliament of Owls. The story of Osogo is even worse. You know it was the most tragic thing, and you as owls must take responsibility. Even Oyundi, the firefinch, is...
Do not mention that name. Now go and do your job.
I will not do it. You betrayed me, remember? I lost my integrity. I cannot rise to spread propaganda anymore, especially on behalf of the wicked Parliament of Owls. You made me go around the kingdom spreading lies about Osogo. You promised you were never going to touch her. Then you went for her, and what happened? Did you get her? You killed 33.
Osogo's flute bursts into life briefly, then disappears. Cuts in.
Telltale, there are more important issues to talk about now. You will not lecture me about what we should have done. All I want to know is whether you will do the job. Period.
I know you hate the fact that Oyundi makes you look headless. She knows how to make a fool out of you.
You cannot compare us to that tiny little bird you...
Oyundi, a tiny little bird. You cannot even get hold of her with all your heads together. You owls spend sleepless nights because of her. Hoo ha ha, hoo ha ha. Ha!
Hey, Telltale! You have now crossed the red line!
Hoo ha ha, hoo ha ha, red line, red like your tie, red like red string puppet owl, red like the lipstick that socialite owl wears.
I will not take that anymore, Telltale.
Ha! Hoo ha ha. Hoo ha ha, hoo ha ha, hoo ha ha. Or maybe red like the blood of the weavers that you shed.
That is now treason. We will charge you.
Hey, Redstring. Can you hear the birds singing? They are not just singing, they are rehearsing the freedom song. Do not preoccupy yourself with arresting me because I have declined your offer.
Do not threaten me at all. Remember what the king tells you, little birds, whenever you are lucky to hear him speak. Darkness and I are one. If you cannot see the darkness, you cannot see me, and those that can see in darkness.
Must define their might, lest they lose their sight.
Those are not my words, but the words of the king, Royal Owl, Tula Nyongoro.
Well, go and tell whoever sent you that I have declined your offer, and I... What is Aram Tidi doing here?
Hey, Red String, what's going on here?
Oh, Aram Tidi, your arrival has awakened the gods of Nightbirds. Give us a song, please. And remember, Royal Owl always passes his royal regards to you.
Red String, what song would you want me to sing? I do not sing, I only blow my own trumpet.
I detest arrogance.
Well, you thought you were the only one that can convince the birds to believe that the new law will benefit all birds?
With a bit of wit.
Convince or confuse them, Red String. If you cannot convince them, confuse them. Haha.
You see, a mark of genius. Creativity. You have no choice, Telltale. Otherwise, you are a traitor in the eyes of grain eaters and daybirds. You know how it goes. We will ensure your fellow daybirds learn about it as we lock you up for treason. Choose wisely. Convince them. It is the Moonlight Bill, my friend. Terms and conditions apply.
I cannot believe this. That is blackmail, Red String. I did not say yes.
Of course you said yes, but the pay was too little, so you chose to walk out and protest. The birds will believe my story.
You cannot do that, Red String.
It could be worse because you also revealed secrets of the so-called struggle. That means you cannot be trusted.
You will pay for this. You will.
Well, I do not know how you plan to make me pay. We have the instruments of power. In the meantime, do a good job. Terms and conditions. Terms and conditions apply. Bye.
Telltale leaves.
Terms and conditions. What terms? What conditions? Are they conditional terms or terminal conditions? Which way, sir? Load my beak with news.
I love your wit, Aram Tidi.
Red String, be my witness as I showcase my wit.
My eyes are cosmic enough to witness, Ground Hornbill. In fact, that is why I play this role in Parliament of Owls.
Now, last time I advised you against engaging these small birds, like Telltale, I told you to trust your fellow night birds. Instead, you...
Aram Tidi, I should have listened to you. However, the good Parliament wanted to reach out to all birds, and that could only have happened through Telltale. Unlike the rogue Oyundi, Telltale appeals to the emotions of daybirds and they tend to listen to her. She warns them of danger with her constant hammering at trees.
That is something you have to deal with if you want to succeed at propagating propaganda.
Propagating propaganda. That is a nice one. Well, what do I have to deal with?
Ban the hammering, ban the noise.
Great!
Or better still, let every bird that hammers at trees and makes such noise be made to pay a fee as a way of conserving our environment.
Aram Tidi, you have given me a solution.
Or even better, arrest Telltale. Shh. That way, there will be no counter-propaganda as we push our secret agenda.
That is it. But how?
Sound pollution.
And the law to back it up?
Sneak it into your laws.
Aram Tidi, you are a smart fellow.
Of course I am, as always. Old is always gold.
Of course, yes. But this sound pollution may affect you as well.
In law, there are exceptions, Red String. I will be an employee of this parliament, right?
Well, that can be looked into.
By the way, what did you say this law is about?
The law you are supposed to sell to the birds?
Yes.
We call it the Moonlight Bill. By dawn, it will be the Moonlight Law, or if you like, Moneybags Law. It is sponsored by Moneybags.
So what is the deal, my nocturnal brother?
A rat every night.
Make it 2.
This is special. A rat every night served with delicious soup at Royal Trees. You will dine with the king for the next 7 nights.
Wow, I will dine with royal
through the kingdom, day and night, starting now. And may Moneybags Moonlight Bill change the kingdom for the better.
Yes!
Not loud enough, Aramtidi. Are you getting older and weaker?
Do not worry.
Now that is it.
Makes as if he is about to leave.
Red String, something is bothering me.
What?
Looks at Aram Tidy impatiently.
I heard something about some renegade owls that choose to hoot but not to loot.
Do not worry about those rebels. We have a plan to deal with Feathered Beak and his colleagues. They think they are clever and can dictate to Royal Owl.
What if I spread some propaganda about them too?
Have you read Royal Owl's How to Hoot a Strategy song?
No.
That is expected. The book is only meant for owls. It is coded, deep vocabulary. It is a masterpiece, Aram Tidy. Anyway, let me whisper to you, Strategy 66. Fight one enemy at a time. That way you do not lose a dime, for time is a dime. And owls hoot, but can sometimes mime.
Smiles condescendingly.
Wow, for time is a dime, and owls hoot but can sometimes mime. I rest my case.
Remember, I have Big Eye's terms and conditions apply.
Pauses to listen. It is Osogo's flute again.
What the hell is wrong with that bird?
Don't worry, soon the Moonlight Bill will become law, and all birds must sleep by sunset. Curfew. He's disturbing the peace. This has to stop.
Leaves. Aram Tidy shouts to the audience.
Here is Honorable Aram Tidy with the Moonlight Bill. Tonight, I persuade every bird in sight to rise and thank our charming Parliament of Owls for ensuring the safety of all birds. Day birds and night birds, grain eaters and omnivores, and birds like hornbills that are loyal to His Majesty Royal Owl, King Tula Nyongoro. Dear birds, this is your chance. The Moonlight Bill with the Honorable Hornby Eel, the Moonlight Bee Eel.
Sarcastic laugh from Aram Tidy, followed by Osogo's flute. Hornbill walks off the stage, calling out on all birds to celebrate the Moonlight Bill. End of Act 1. Thank you. Copyright Maina S. 2024.
Dear birds and my dear students, this is Aram Tidy. Let us celebrate the Moonlight Bill.